In 2017, an entity called AlphaZero taught itself the game of chess in just 4 hours. It didn't study human books or grandmaster games. It simply played against itself. When it emerged, it played with a non-human logic that sacrificed pieces once thought indispensable to achieve a victory humans couldn't even visualize. Today, that same logic is being uploaded into the engines of global war. We are no longer just building better tools. We are creating non-human forms of intelligence that perceive aspects of reality we cannot detect. From the black boxes of Silicon Valley to the classified laboratories of the Pentagon, a new arms race has begun, one where the speed of decision-making has already surpassed the speed of human thought. Is this the dawn of a more precise age? Or are we boarding a runaway train where the brakes are yet to be designed? Today, we investigate the shadow state's latest frontier, the AI arms race. To understand the AI arms race, we must first recognize that AI is not just another industry or a simple military domain. It is an enabler that transforms every facet of human experience, from education and law enforcement to the very nature of war. We have entered a new epoch, one that challenges the Enlightenment premise that human reason is the sole navigator of reality. For centuries, machines were our tools. In the AI era, they are becoming our partners. But this is a partnership where the human role is increasingly focused on defining the objective function, the goal, while leaving the machine to find the optimal path in a realm beyond our reach. This shift introduces what strategists call incalculability. Consider the discovery of halicin, a potent new antibiotic. An AI identified it by detecting molecular relationships that had escaped human detection for decades. Even after its discovery, humans could not fully articulate why it worked. The AI had accessed a layer of physical reality we simply couldn't see. In the context of national security, this means that an AI might recommend a strategic sacrifice of citizens or interests based on a calculation that no human commander could fathom. We are moving from a world where we provide specific instructions to one where we present ambiguous goals and ask the machine, how should we proceed? If AI is the engine of this new era, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, is its principal architect. By its very mandate, DARPA pioneers advanced military science in secret, operating 10 to 20 years ahead of the public domain. DARPA's interest in autonomous systems is not a recent development. In 1983, the agency launched its Smart Weapons program, colloquially known as Killer Robots. Its motto was as chilling then as it is now: the battlefield is no place for human beings. DARPA's goal is the pre-requirement, creation of technology building the future, before the need for it even arises on the battlefield. Today, at the Los Alamos National Laboratory, the same place that birthed the atomic bomb, DARPA scientists are working on synthetic cognition, an attempt to build an artificial brain as creative and self-aware as a human. They are currently simulating the primate visual system using remnants of the IBM Roadrunner supercomputer, trying to crack the code of true cognitive recognition. This effort extends into augmented cognition, AugustCog, where the goal is to merge wetware, the human brain, with hardware. Programs like the mechanically dominant soldier and brain-machine interface seek to create human-machine biohybrids, or cyborgs, capable of thinking and acting at the speed of light. As one DARPA official observed, the goal is to reach a point where the human brain has its own wireless modem, so that instead of acting on thoughts, warfighters have thoughts that act. The practical application of this technology is the kill chain, a technological architecture designed to identify, fix, and finish human targets with automated efficiency. In 2020, the U.S. Air Force conducted a historic test flight where an AI program named Mu-0 took command of a U-2 surveillance aircraft, operating its radar autonomously without human oversight. This is the endgame of the revolution in military affairs, the unblinking eye that never sleeps and never doubts. However, the reality of the kill chain is often a stain on the narrative of precision. This led to the 2010 Uruzgan strike in Afghanistan, where a drone crew misinterpreted images of civilians praying as Taliban fighters pulling security. The result was a massacre of 23 people, including children aged 3 and 4. The algorithm, designed to identify signatures of insurgent activity, essentially criminalized ordinary human behavior. As one analyst observed, the unblinking eye saw what it wanted to see. The dangers of AI are not confined to the battlefield. In the onshore world, we are witnessing the rise of weapons of mass destruction, WMDs, opaque, large-scale algorithms that manage our lives with the cold logic of an algorithmic god. Mathematician Cathy O'Neill identifies 3 elements that define a WMD: opacity, scale, and damage. These models are black boxes, their contents fiercely guarded as corporate trade secrets to prevent them from being gamed. WMDs tend to punish the poor, while the wealthy benefit from personal, face-to-face interactions. The masses are processed by machines. In the scored society, an algorithm might raise a couple's credit card rate simply because they sought marriage counseling using proxies for reliability that are often discriminatory. These systems lack a model of the world. They cannot distinguish truth from lies or propaganda from fact. They operate on correlations, not causality, creating pernicious feedback loops where the model as output reinforces the very biases it claims to detect. As legal scholar Frank Pasquale observes, we live in a one-way mirror where the powerful can see everything we do, but we see nothing of the logic that determines our fate. The AI arms race is inextricably linked to the surveillance state. As Edward Snowden revealed, the National Security Agency, NSA, moved toward a new collection posture after 9/11s. Sniff it all, know it all, collect it all. This is no mere catchphrase. It is a technical reality supported by massive data repositories designed to ingest all human-generated information and hang on to it forever. The focus is on metadata, the little picture that allows for perfect maps, chronologies, and associative synopses of a person's life. Metadata can tell a surveillant everything except what is actually going on inside your head. The shadow state uses this to suppress dissent. In the War on Anonymous, the GCHQ used online human to disrupt and discredit targets, using social scientists to develop techniques for strategic influence disruption. They set up honey traps, changed photos on social networks, and sent text messages to colleagues to neutralize those who challenged their authority. This is the black box society at its most intrusive, a world where pose no challenge and you have nothing to worry about is the implicit bargain. The competition for AI supremacy is currently a duopoly, concentrated almost entirely in the United States and China. Both nations view AI as the Manhattan Project of the 21st century. This competition is fundamentally unstable. In a traditional nuclear standoff, warheads could be counted and yields were known. But AI is ethereal. It consists of lines of code that can be copied easily and run on small machines. This creates a compulsion to act first, a fear that an adversary might develop an automatic capability that could disable a nation's defenses in milliseconds. We face the risk of a strategic flash crash. In the financial world, algorithmic errors can devastate portfolios. In the strategic domain, an algorithmic failure could trigger a nuclear escalation before a human has even registered that an attack is underway. The speed of the technology ensures that it will impose results at a pace faster than diplomacy can unfold. As Henry Kissinger observes, the emergence of AI transforms strategy into a black box where nations may no longer be able to explain or defend their red lines to one another. We are creating an environment of mutual incomprehension where civilizations diverge into separate, mutually unintelligible realities. While the Defense Science Board calls for the rapid acceleration of autonomous systems, many within the system are raising alarms. Scientists like Dr. Garrett T. Kenyon at Los Alamos warned that robot assassins are a very bad idea, pointing out that while a smartphone can identify a face 70% of the time, the technical hurdles for a lethal, autonomous machine to identify a target with 100% accuracy are astronomical. Robotics expert Noel Sharkey has testified before the UN, arguing that robots should not be given the authority to kill humans. He warns of human-machine interaction failures and software coding errors that could lead to unintended engagements. The chicken shit club of tech regulation is also a factor. As long as corporations are invested in keeping DARPA's chicken and egg conundrum alive, where research must always be done in advance of a requirement, the race will continue unabated. We are told that we must develop these weapons because our rivals are doing so, a circular logic that leaves no room for restraint. We stand at a historic crossroads. We can continue to live in a black box society where we are amused into indifference. While our destiny is decided by algorithms we cannot audit and logic we cannot explain. Or we can fight for an intelligible society. The first step is to demystify the media and the technology. We must demand a Hippocratic oath for data scientists, one where they pledge to never sacrifice reality for elegance and to make explicit the assumptions and oversights of their models. We must also recognize the limits of our creations. AI does not possess self-awareness, morality, or emotion. It can draw conclusions, but it cannot reflect upon the significance of its actions. That remains an exclusively human task. The AI arms race is like a runaway train where the engine is accelerating based on a non-human logic, while the passengers are still arguing over where the track leads. The question is no longer, can we build it? But should we permit it to operate in the dark? You have seen the shadows of the shadow state files. You have seen the Pentagon as brain and the kill chain that circles the globe. Now, the choice is yours. Will you demand the light of transparency, or will you wait for the next flash crash to decide the human future? The records are permanent. The choice is now.